Okay, this video is all about finding the side of solving for the side of a right triangle using trigonometric ratios. We want to recall that SOHCAHTOA is the mnemonic way of remembering your trigonometry ratios. Sorry, guys, tongue-tied today. We have the sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent, which is opposite over adjacent. We can use trig ratios to find the missing side when the Pythagorean theorem is not available. Pythagorean theorem, you need to know two sides. With a trig ratio, you just need to know one side, okay, one side that is known, and one angle. So one side and one acute angle, and that it's a right triangle. So I'm going to go over the steps as I work on the model problem here, and you're going to need your calculator, hopefully from your smartphone. You can use a iPhone or your Android. Androids might be a little bit easier when plugging them in, but I do have the phone calculator steps here. There is a visual for help. You click on this link and it'll bring you to a YouTube video that will help you plug it in, or at least see the calculator so you can figure out how to get these answers yourself. So the first thing we want to do is determine which trig ratio needs to be used in SOHCAHTOA. So you want to look at the acute angle that you're given, and you want to determine the trig ratio needed with the unknown side and the known side. So here we have our hypotenuse, which is 6 because it is always opposite your right angle, and the side that is x is opposite the acute angle, so that is O. So the trig ratio that we need is sine because that is opposite over adjacent. So we have the sine of our 50-degree angle. Okay, so that is our determination of our trig ratio. And now we want to set up our equation using that trig ratio. So the equation is opposite over hypotenuse, so x over 6. So we have x over 6. Now now this is the hard part that's done. Once this is done, now all you have to do is solve. And for solving for the side of a right triangle, we need to cross multiply. So we need to set up a proportion. And in doing so, we need to place a 1 underneath this sine of 50 because we need two fractions with an equal sign in the middle. So now we can cross multiply. X times 1 is 1x. Whether you put the 1 there or not, it's up to you. Sine of 50 times 6, we'll type it as 6 sine of 50. Now, with using an iPhone or an Android, you need to turn your cell phone sideways with your calculator on, and you'll see the tangent, sine, and cosine pop up on the left-hand side. So you want to hit, here's your steps for multiplying. 6, type in 6, then times, then 50, and then hit sine. You have to type in 50, sine, kind of type it in a little bit backwards, okay, and then hit equal sign. And you should get 4.596, blah, blah, blah. We want to always round to the nearest hundredth. So x is equal to 4.596. Rounding to the nearest hundred is 4.60. So there is your side. Pause this video and try your check for understanding. Okay, in this case here, we have an angle 55 degrees, and we have x and 4. So our trig ratio that we need to find is our hypotenuse and our adjacent side. So we're using cosine of 55, and we're going to set up our ratio is 4 over x. Cross multiply, we get x cosine of 55 equals 1 times 4, which is 4. Now here's a little bit different. We have to get x by itself, so we have to divide both sides by cosine of 55. Once you divide, you're going to cross out the cosine of 55. X is left over. So now you have 4 divided by cosine of 55. You type in 4, then the division symbol, then again backwards with 55 first, automatically hitting cosine, and then hit the equal sign, and you should get 6.973, which you would leave as 6.97. I know this is a little fast. I wanted to make sure I had enough time to give you all this information, but if you have any questions, let me know. Go on to your Khan Academy assignment, and we will see you again tomorrow.